Hi, welcome to this solo guide for Machinist, for the most part. I think that general knowledge in here goes for all the jobs, but they might play differently against certain enemies. There's extra resources in the description in case you aren't a Machinist. On the first few floors we find the Deepeyes. They are pulled by sight. A pretty easy pick, they just do a gaze attack, but you can look at it. It's actually a very small frontal cone, and not a concern if you're already kiting. Next we have the puddings, pulled by proximity, and they're casters, so make sure that you have a pot running. You can't kite their damage like you would with a melee enemy, and if you go into melee range, they will do a little tank buster. It's not deadly, but it's better to just kill them at range. The Gremlins are pulled by sight, and they are another easy pick. They cast Bad Mouth, which puts this Vulna debuff on you. Shortly after, they go in for this telegraphed AoE. The Shabti are pulled by sight, and they are your patrol for the first few floors. They're very easy, they just spam this death's door line. Just be careful since it casts quite fast. The pots are proximity and they appear after 153. They have a gaze attack that you should respect. If you get hit, it does some damage and puts a blind debuff on you. They also have a double auto attack called Double Ray, so kite them to mitigate the damage. The Marolith is a proximity patrol and they start appearing at 155. They have a double auto attack and a telegraphed AoE called Isle Drop. They're not too bad to fight, but make sure you have a pot running and kill them on sight, because proximity patrols can be very annoying to deal with if they sneak up on you. The Abaia also appears at 155 and they pull by sight. They cast this telegraphed AoE, otherwise they just melee you. It's a very easy enemy to fight. Taurus also pull by sight and they're also pretty easy. Just kite them and watch out for the point blank AoE. Devilets pull by sight and they are very dangerous. They are casters, so you have to have a pot up at all times. They will cast ice spikes followed by a void blizzard. You want to let the ice spikes go through and then stop attacking as it reflects damage, even auto attacks. Void blizzard puts a big slow on you and they cast this right after ice spikes. Make sure you interrupt it. Wait the ice spikes out and then kill them. I would be very careful pulling one of them on a gloom, no items, HP down or damage down floor. Soulflayers also pull by sight and they are also very dangerous. Keep your pot up as they are casters. They have a life drain attack called Drain Touch, and they use this quite often. Don't underestimate their healing potential. Other than that, they do a point blank AoE. Just like the Devilets, I would not fight one of these on a gloom, no items, HP down or damage down floor. Archdemons are a proximity patrol that appears at 158. They have a frontal cone attack and a paralysis. Just dodge the cone and then you can try to run away to outrange the paralysis, but this doesn't always work. I usually just take the debuff and stand very close to them so I can dodge the next cone, just in case I get stunned at an unlucky time. Try to chain pull these if you can, as the paralysis has a diminishing return. Mimics are not exclusive to these floors, but they are an honorable mention going forward. They are proximity and have a way bigger radius than other proximity enemies, so be careful if your alteration gives you multiple in a room. Other than that, just interrupt their cast and respect the death trap AoE. For this boss, strength and steel are mandatory, but lusting is optional. He takes roughly 5 to 7 minutes without lust. The plan is to just kite him around the arena and keep the middle clear of purple pools. He opens with a couple of melee attacks and a tank buster. Shortly after, he casts the first Hail of Sorrow, which leaves behind this purple pool. Very important you don't stand in these, they put a bleed on you and they can easily kill you if it ticks at the same time you get auto attack. These golden orbs will spawn on the edge of the arena and the boss will start a cast. This is a knockback and you want to identify the safe spot and run there. You can stand in the middle and let the boss knock you back, but I find that he sometimes melees you during his cast, so it's just safer to run there yourself. Once this first sequence of mechanics is done, he will repeat the knockback every 2 purple pulls. Keep your pot up, it is very important that you never let it drop on this boss, you can fall behind pretty quickly. You can also arm's length the knockback, but I would save that for the rare occasion you have purple pulls in both safe spots. Thank you for watching, I hope this helps you out. Let me know how your climb is going.